Welcome everyone. I'm making this video to advertise a D&D game I'm going to be hosting in 2 days, which would be the 16th. It's going to be around 6 o'clock Eastern time. And first off, I hope everyone's doing good despite the virus, and I hope everyone's healthy. And I guess one of the upsides of this virus is there's a bunch of people playing D&D online, and maybe you're one of the people trying to play for the first time, or if you have some experience. Either way, I'm going to be hosting this game in 2 days, and I'll tell you a little about it right now, and we'll see if you want to join me. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is the information for the game, and you can see right up here, it's going to be on the 16th, like I said, around 1800, which is 6 p.m. Eastern time. The rule system, we're going to be playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, which is the most widely spread, so you're probably familiar with it. Experience requirement, any, so whether you're a beginner to an expert, you could play. Now, if you're brand new, let me know before, and I'll talk to you and, kind of help you out and teach you what you need to know before we play. So if you're brand new, don't just show up right at 6 o'clock, but you have to let me know, and I'll work with you, and we'll get everything straight, so when 6 o'clock comes, you'll be ready to play. Character requirements and restrictions. Everyone's going to be starting with a level 4 character, and you may use the options, of course, from the player's handbook, and in addition to that, you could supplement the rules with one official printed Wizards of the Coast book. So you can pick one other book in addition to the player's handbook to make your character. In addition to that, you have 400 gold to spend on top of your starting equipment. Now, once again, if you're a beginner and that confused you, that's fine. Just let me know, and we'll work through all of that stuff and get you ready to play. A little bit about the plot. Essentially, you're going to be in a city in a desert, but there's going to be a river passing through, and there's going to be a hardship on the city, which is a band of gnolls. And if you don't know what a gnoll is, it's like a hyena person, nasty, vicious animals. And pretty much gonna have to go take care of them because they've started to increase their attacks on the city, and they're not going to tolerate it. So hopefully you're going to be part of the defense force, or actually an offense, to eliminate the threat. So that's just a little bit about the scenario. And as far as character background, the only thing you have to do is find a way to put your character in this city, and I describe the city a little bit right here. Other than that, I'll move on to showing you a little bit about a book that I'm going to use to draw ideas from, inspiration for this game. Right here, called Ultimate Bestiary, Revenge of the Horde. And what this book does is it expands on a lot of classic monsters from the D&D setting, such as orcs, goblins, gnolls, ogres, all the basic stuff. I'm not going to show you the gnolls that you're going to fight because I don't want to spoil anything, but I'll show you something even more common, which are goblins. Now, if you have any D&D experience, I'm sure you've seen goblins, and maybe you're tired of goblins because they got stale, they got boring, it's the same thing every time. Well, that's where this book comes in handy, where it gives you a lot of variations. So right away, it splits it into different categories of goblins. So the first one's forest goblins. Gives you your standard forest goblin, a sneak. Looks like does a little bit of extra damage on sneak attacks and has a blowgun with poison darts. So pretty much like a goblin rogue right here. This was really interesting, a goblin trapper, and then it gives me line trap, spike trap, cage trap, snare trap, It gives me a bunch of options for setting traps, a bunch of extra rules. And then a magic caster, a shaman. Then more information just about the tribe and such in general. Then it goes on to hill goblins. Kind of goes with the same thing. You have your basic hill goblin, Hillgoblin Archer, and you see all the stats are a little bit different. There's a variation in the skills, in the stats, in the items. So you're not seeing the same thing every time. And this kind of work right here takes a long time for a DM, for a dungeon master. If I was to do this by myself and take the standard goblin from the monster manual and make these changes and stuff, it takes a lot of time. It really does. And it's better to use a book like this to, allow the dungeon master to work on other parts of the story. Here we go. We got a unique one, Hillgoblin Bomber. Looks like he has a black powder bomb he's going to throw there. Looks like we got a slave driver. And you got your more beefy warrior, alchemist with a fitting mask, beastmaster, champion. There's a lot of different options, and now we're starting to get a little bit higher on the challenge rating. Challenge rating 2. It's a little bit more beefy than a regular goblin. Takes a couple more hits. And lastly goes the cave goblins. Cave goblin runt. 1/8 challenge, so that thing's not that hard to kill. Regular cave goblin. Big cave goblin. Feral cave goblin. Looks a little bit like Golem down there. King, cave goblin, afflicted. So there's a lot of unique stuff. Here to use in the game, and it's very similar for the gnolls. So I just want to kind of show you that to get an idea that instead of just fighting regular goblins, you're going to be able to see different variations and different abilities, different skill sets come out of the goblins. And likewise, in my game, when you're going to fight the gnolls, you're going to fight unique gnolls who are using unique spells, abilities, and it's not going to be the same thing every time. So that's just a little bit about the game I'll be hosting, and all the information is going to be below if you're interested in playing. So just go ahead and let me know, and hopefully it's going to be a great game. Have a great day and stay safe.